Good morning. It's time for another outdoor adventure where I carry the camera, actually multiple cameras, so I can take you with me and we're going to go look around. Our destination here is the Fairbank Fen. I have never been here before. I don't have a clue where to look for anything, but I'm willing to give it a good chance. I did bring along some old waders, the type that aren't good for the river, but they should be perfect for this type of stuff other than if the ground is really saturated. Anyway, not sure what kind of plant species, if I'll find the multiple gentians. Maybe I'll find fringed, maybe not. Maybe I'll find closed or bottle gentians, maybe not. Maybe I'll find stiff gentian, maybe not. Maybe I'll find grass of Parnassus, maybe not. Maybe I'll find other things. But let's go take a look. Before we start hiking in the fen itself, I'm going to put the drone in the air so we can get an aerial overview of what the Fairbank Fen is all about. Let's take a look. The Fairbank Fen is rather unique in that it's got its own little picnic area to host visitors year-round. Quite often, these types of areas are just spots on the map, but this is actually a nice isolated area. Before we get to looking at the fen itself, let's take a look at how you get here. It's a short drive down a gravel road. I believe the gravel road is Dillon Avenue. I don't know if it's a quarter mile, half a mile down that gravel road, or down this gravel lane off of the gravel road. In the distance you can see the Fairbank, the poet plant, the ethanol plant. So you know you're close when you can see the steam coming off the ethanol plant. Anyway, let's take a look now at the fen itself. I don't believe it's very large. If my memory is correct, maybe 40 acres. And I'm not quite certain where the most wet area is. I would imagine it's that green area that doesn't have the tinge of yellow. That will be where I'm going to spend a lot of my time as I look for the various fen-style plants. As I mentioned, it's not very big. But you don't need large areas to have special qualities. So that's the Fairbank Fen. I think it's time now to bring the drone down, grab the camera equipment, and let's get out and do some exploring here. See what wildflower species I can find. It's always exciting since I don't really know where I'm going here, and maybe I'll hit a treasure, maybe not, but it's always fun to explore a new area. So I'm going to bring the drone down, put the waders on, and get out in the vegetation. I think we're ready to head out into the fen, looking for the special flower species that grow out here. That said, we're not going to overlook these other pretty species. Aren't they nice? There's so much color out here. If this fen is anything like the other fens that I have walked, then you've got the drier type species before you hit the really unique species that are in the wet areas. We'll find out if this one is typical or not. I am glad that I have my waders on. A friend of mine hiked this fen late last week and found sneezeweed. I saw that in her photos, and I'm seeing several of them right now. More of it up here. That's a neat little flower. The gentians are a purple colored flower. This is not, at least the bottle closed gentian are. This is not a gentian. I do see a gentian not too far from here, so I'll get up to them eventually, but I want to shoot a picture of this one first. The bottle or closed gentian are very low growing plants, and I think I see some up here. Yes, let me see them ahead right there. Very nice specimen. And there we have the closed or bottle gentian. That didn't take long to find these. We have a great many flowers growing out here. This is very pretty. This plant, by the way, is the blue lobelia, or great blue lobelia, depending how you know it. Lobelia, gentians. Oh, look at all these gentians. Oh, that's pretty. All kinds of them. I have not hit the real wet area yet. It'll be interesting to see what I find when I get to that. But boy, are there a lot of gentians here. A lot of goldenrod too. There are just gentians all over, low to the ground. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? As I was looking at these gentians, I noticed a very tiny little pink flower. This is the slender foxglove, I believe. I'll see if I can get a picture of that blossom. I think I'm probably about to enter the wet spot here. I'm not hearing or feeling any water. That doesn't mean there isn't any. A lot of grass out here. I'm just seeing lots of grass right now. This is a little different than the Rowley fen. This is thick mats of grass. The kind that want to trip you. I believe I'll stay along the edge. And maybe this fan doesn't have things like grass of Parnassus or stiff gentian. That's quite possible. These tall yellow flowers are sawtooth sunflowers. They appear to have had a very good year. Almost hidden among the lobelia, the sunflower, sawtooth sunflowers, the asters, the gentians, is this swamp lousewort, the creamy white vertical plant. It's another one that I don't see in a lot of places. There's been a bunch of it blooming here. I'm almost past the prime for many of them, most of them. It's all right. I guess if you don't know about them, that's fine. They'll be here next year. I'm curious if this has ever been disturbed. There are so many gentians out here. I just have not seen this many bottle gentians or closed gentians in one spot. It's such a treat. Don't even have to work hard to find them. They're just everywhere. Many other plants that are past their prime. This will be one of them areas I'll have to check out throughout the growing season in the upcoming years. My walk out here at the Fairbank Fen was brief, but that's okay. In a few short minutes I found many wildflower species. What I'm going to do now is do some research on this fen, see if I can find a plant list if it's ever been inventoried, so that I know exactly what I'm looking for. In the meantime, I am thankful for what I got to see today, and I hope you get to see some unique wildflowers too yet during this blooming season. If you like these kind of videos, please share them with others. Click the like button, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I do thank you for watching.